Hi, I'm Vicky Harry, your local DIY enthusiast from Builders. If you're tired of having your to-do list up on the fridge, why not get creative and make your very own DIY chalkboard? Let me show you how. The tools and products you will require are 60x40 raw superwood, 1mm thick, fired earth wood primer, fired earth chalkboard paint in black, a mitre block and saw, no more nails and Gorilla Glue, 100ml foam roller and tray, paintbrush, ceiling cornice, spray paint, round hooks, steel chain, safety glasses and gloves, and a pencil. My board has been pre-cut by Builders Pre-Cut Services, so I don't have to worry about doing any additional cutting. What we're going to do now is we're going to clear the surface from any additional or extra particles that might be on there, just to smooth the surface. And then we're going to start to primer. Here's a pro tip. If you don't have a paint tray at hand, simply string an elastic band around the paint can and you can use that to get rid of all excess paint. So let's start to paint. This is the fun part. Use even strokes up and down to get your primer on. Now that our paint has had some time to dry, it's time to cut our corners for the frame. My board has been pre-cut, so I'm just going to use my board as a guide and make my markings so that I can do my mitre cuts. For those of you who don't know, a mitre cut is a 45-degree angle. To achieve this, I'll be using my mitre block and saw to give me an accurate cut. Remember to wear your safety goggles because you will be working with lots of dust. So the first cut is a 90-degree angle, which is a straight cut. This mitre block has a guide so you can cut it easily and straight. So now that I have my first board, let's just check that the measurements are right. That's perfect. So now to measure the second piece. This cornice is a strong foam called polyurethane that is quite easy to cut and is very light, which is perfect for our DIY chalkboard. This particular mitre box has got two little holes on the side, so you can actually fix it to the table if you have a workstation. So now for the short edges. Now that we have our sides for our frame cut, we're going to do a 45-degree mitre cut on either side. Repeat the process for all four sides. So now that we've cut our sides, let's place it on the board and make sure that it fits perfectly. If there are little gaps, don't worry about that. We'll fill that with the glue and we're going to spray paint over it so it won't be that noticeable. So now that we're happy with our 45-degree mitre cuts, we're going to glue the corners together using a very strong multi-purpose glue. Remember to keep a wet cloth at hand to wipe off any excess glue. When you squeeze it together, most likely the glue will bleed through, so just get that off as soon as possible. It's like a piece of a puzzle that's coming together. It's beautiful. Now that our frame has dried and it's nice and secure, it's time to spray paint. Remember to always spray in a well-ventilated area and always wear your mask. Be sure to shake for at least 60 seconds before you apply your spray paint. Use long, even strokes, holding your can at least 30 centimeters away from your surface. Now it's time to paint our chalkboard. I'm using a Fired Earth Chalkboard black paint. It's non-toxic, lead-free, and best of all, it smells like bubble gum. Now that both our backing board and our frame have had sufficient drying time, I'm going to be using no more nails to bond it all together. Time to put these two pieces together. Just line them up nicely and just wipe off any excess glue that might bleed. Apply pressure to get them to stick together. And then for your last step, we're going to attach these little cup hooks that can be used to hang your chalkboard. You can decide whether you want it to be landscape or portrait. Now that we've attached our chain, you can either cut off the excess piece or you can just leave it hanging. I am so happy with the way that this turned out. For more inserts like this, visit our website. Get to Builders, get it done.